So somebody said in a comment that I should cut the tops of the elephant grass here. I saw it a little bit too late. So the tops of the elephant grass has died. I think they will still be okay. We're watering them quickly today. Yesterday they haven't been watered. Today we'll water them quickly and see if we can let them survive. We planted all of our big Leucaenas yesterday. I wanted to put some more in the friendly forest, but I see the ones we have in bottles are still too small. So we might plant some pits in here next to these things. The guys also started, instead of putting the manure directly on the worm pile, started placing piles like this every here and there in the forest. Thinking about spreading them later. Show you that quickly. If you're new to my channel, I call this a forest because that is what we're creating. Obviously it's not a forest yet. It's still very degraded land. Okay, so there's some manure piles. Still very degraded land. Interesting is this is one of the places where the river pushed up. You can see the difference between that grass and everywhere else. The river came up here in the flood up to about there. Yeah, okay, so friendly forest. I think we should really now start making it more diverse, planting different kinds of species in here as fast as we can. See, this elephant grass didn't turn brown, which is interesting. These ones are in the zai pits. I wonder if they just had more moisture. They didn't turn brown. The ones that I planted in that swale turned brown completely. This one wasn't taken apart, and this actually feels like new shoots. Can that be new shoots in 2 days? That would be bloody impressive. Anyway, so thinking seriously, considering adding new plants in here. One of the most interesting things over the last 2 months for me was the rate at which we progress. There's so many things. I said when we made these iPads that we're just gonna catch water, and then I thought, okay, let's plant something. Then I said in the next swale, okay, no, we're just gonna fix the swale and just catch water. And then we ended up planting things, and we ended up putting drip lines. It is amazing. We do, you know, at the end of the day I look back and I think, what have we done today? You know, and it feels like you've done nothing, but if you look back a week or 2 weeks or a month, you realize that you've accomplished so much. Constant improvement, small improvements every day. I'm very, very surprised at what we have accomplished, and it feels like every day, you know, we do small things. Feels like we're doing nothing, but we're actually making big strides. So that was probably the biggest learning curve for me over the last 2 months, is how much you do when you do a little bit every day. This whole edge here, thorny edge, we ended up putting little bits of prickly pear, wild prickly pear in here, thorny prickly pear. And I mean, if we just add a shovel of soil now in a couple of days time, then this whole thorny hedge will be replaced in the next year by prickly pear. And it's things like this that you feel you haven't done anything because you don't see anything. This one actually seems like it's growing already. Can that be? No. Okay, so it's not growing yet, but it's sure is thorny. Yeah, so anyway, and they're all curled up in the right position. think we should maybe add a shovel of soil and see what is their plans. Yeah, I don't know if you can see them on the camera that well, but they basically every 70 centimeters about. They will grow into a hedge very quickly. Spekboom, something pushed these ones over. I wonder what did that. And they haven't been watered in many moons, and still they are coming up with new life, forming part of the hedge. There's some new grasses popping up there between the thingies. And then obviously, because we placed thorn branches, we get thorn bushes coming up everywhere as well. This is a sausage tree coming up here. Prickly pear. This morning I sat, waited for the guys, and then my son came and brought me coffee there where the water is running now, in the grass area. And so we sat there for about half an hour just listening to the sounds. This is a fig. Wonder why his leaves are falling off. There's some new growth. A fig and a moringa. This little lemon tree exploded over the last couple of days. Feels like it. It's been chowed by the sheep last year, you see there. So the roots are strong. And I think this year is going to be success for him. Prickly pear, not happy about life for some reason. But they tend to go through a phase where they're a bit not happy and then they'll turn happy again. And some moringa. Moringa we planted everywhere, and they will serve as sacrifice trees or chop and drop trees. Let me show you this little weed here. Yesterday I found it. I thought I should pluck it for my wife, and then I thought, no, I'll just take her a picture. It's beautiful. Not sure what this is. Next to some onions. Some more moringas. We plant, or we put tires around our trees for now. Seems to keep stuff out. Seems to tell you where to water, and show you where the trees are when they're still very young. And I think it seems to keep some things out. This thing I heard yesterday is one of the things the natives eat, like spinach, and this as well. They call it mutete. It's a kind of like a plant spinach thingy. But it sure is nice to see all of this new growth on everything. Marula tree. I think I should open him up. Let me see if I can pull out this wire cage quickly. Open him up. Growing into the wire cage already. Growing very fast. Little thorn tree coming up below there. I'll probably chop that off. This is one of our native species, or native trees. It grows a lot of food. Extremely useful as a plant food and an animal food. Makes a big seed that you can make some oils from. All of those little holes here are now planted with beans and peas and so on. And I think there might even be some corn in here as well. So there's a little bit of mosquitoes in the duck pond. I think I should let these guys out in there and see if they don't want to eat them. They haven't been out in a couple of days. I think I'm still going to keep them in for more. There is a whole bunch of eggs in there. I hope you can see that in there, where a duck is lying on top. And then these ones, should have written down the date when they started lying on the eggs to see if they are fertile. We're going to keep them out of the forest now for a while until the smaller plants that has to come up now is a bit stronger. But today they'll be free, and then if it rains a lot they'll also be free, so they can swim on any bodies of water. But they are very happy to be out. So afternoon has come. This is our main swale. Running with the drip lines. I ended up just started opening one drip line at a time. That seems to solve the problem issue to a certain extent, where we get a bit more equal distribution of water across the swale. So we got a little bit of rain, but like that, so not enough to make any soil or any corn grow, but certainly enough to make the earth smell nice, and a lot of the things with shallow roots like the weeds and some of these grasses, that will give them a boost. Up here on the swale, the moringa started to sprout now. I even saw some leucaena somewhere. I don't know where they are now, but I saw them. And so there's hundreds of moringas growing between the beans and peas and what. And so that will be an interesting sight. And I think that's all for the tour today. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.